Incoming transmission from Novaria.
Normandy! Are you there? Repeat, requesting immediate aid! Please!
Request denied. Setting new course for Caliston.
Many decisions lie ahead. None of them easy.
Hello YouTube, this is Payable on Death 7, aka POD7, and this is the beginning of my BioWare commentary series. I've been describing it as a DVD commentary for the games, and it will be covering the Mass Effect series as well as the Dragon Age series. What I mean by DVD commentary is we'll be focusing more on the cinematic elements of the games, so there won't be a whole bunch of gameplay, but it'll still be there. We're still going to run through the iconic first 2 or 3 minutes of the game, depending on how much you like to customize your characters in video games. It's kind of a curse on YouTube to be completely incapable of making a good-looking shepherd, and or at least be on the default-looking shepherds. So that's default male shepherd, and then that's just showing you can do kind of a new game plus, basically, by loading your previous game. I decided for Mass Effect, I'm going to do a female shepherd, also known as Femme Shep. I just prefer her voice actress over the male voice actor, his name is Mark Meir. He does a good enough job for a video game, but Jennifer Hale really just pushed it that extra mile and really drew me in to the story a lot more than whenever I played as male Shep, so, or bro Shep, whatever you want to call him. So this beginning sequence is basically if you put yourself in the mindset of Shepard, you're kind of logging into the Alliance database, and this is before you joined the Alliance military. You have Spacer, which means you were born into a military family, and you moved around from colony to colony. Colonist, you were raised on a human colony, and a bunch of slavers attacked, and you were left orphaned. And then there's Earthborn, where you were an orphan from when you were a small child. So, Sole Survivor, this is after you joined the Alliance. Sole Survivor, you lead a crew on a mission, and everybody dies but you. War Hero is, this is going way too fast. This is all pre-recorded, I'll say that. War Hero, you held off pretty much an entire army by yourself during the Skillian Blitz, which is a major military conflict between the Alliance and armies of the Terminus systems. And Ruthless is basically you'll throw anybody away. Soldier, your basic gun, run and gun class. Engineer, good with computers. Adept, you're a Jedi, basically. Infiltrator is a engineer with a focus on sniper rifles, basically. I forgot what there's a Jedi class that is mixed with engineers, and you get shotguns and pistols. And then there's the Vanguard, which is pretty much everybody's favorite. Which is you have Jedi powers, but you can use assault rifles. And it's a very overpowered class, but in my opinion. So as you can see here, it has all the wonderful customization options you could want, besides tattoos on the face.
Profile reconstruction.
This is not the Shepard we're going to use. For the sake of brevity, I'm going to start a new game plus, and with my original Shepard.
Well, what about Shepard? Earthborn, but no record of her family.
Doesn't have one. She was raised on the streets, learned to look out for herself.
She proved herself during the Blitz, held off enemy forces on the ground until reinforcements arrived.
She's the only reason Elysium is still standing.
We can't question her courage.
Humanity needs a hero, and Shepard's the best we've got.
I'll make the call.
Prime relays in range. Initiating transmission sequence.
So I'm not going to be talking over too many of the cutscenes. There's a lot of character dialogue that a lot of people love and would probably rage at me for skipping or talking over. So, but since this is a quote-unquote DVD commentary, there will be scenes that I talk over, like this one. This establishing shot of the Normandy. And there's my FemShep, my very first character that I made in the game. I just went with Jane Shepard, I didn't call her anything special, so... that would be the Mass Effect relay. Yeah.
Thrusters, check. Navigation, check. Internal emissions sync engaged. All systems online. Drift, just under 1500K.
1500 is good. Your captain will be pleased.
I hate that guy.
Nihilus gave you a compliment. So you hate him.
You remember to zip up your jumpsuit on the way out of the bathroom? That's good. I just jumped us halfway across the galaxy and hit a target the size of a pinhead. So that's incredible. Besides, Spectres are trouble. I don't like having them on board. Call me paranoid.
You're paranoid. The Council helped fund this project. They have a right to send someone to keep an eye on their investment.
Yeah, that is the official story. But only an idiot believes the official story.
Okay, this wheel on the bottom is your dialogue choices. Top right will always be Paragon, bottom right will always be Renegade.
They don't send Spectres on shakedown runs.
So there's more going on here than the captain's letting on.
Joker, status report.
Just cleared the mass relay, Captain. Stealth systems engaged. Everything looks solid.
Good. Find a comm buoy and link us into the network. I want mission reports relayed back to Alliance brass before we reach Eden Prime.
Aye, aye, Captain. Better brace yourself, sir. I think Nihilus is headed your way.
He's already here, Lieutenant. Tell Commander Shepard to meet me in the comm room for a debriefing.
You get that, Commander?
He sounds angry. Something must have gone wrong with the mission.
Captain always sounds like that when he's talking to me.
Can't possibly imagine why.
So I probably could have quoted that word for word because I've seen it about 12 times now. Just over various playthroughs. Here's an example of ambient conversations between characters. You don't necessarily have to talk to them. You'll get the gist of their characters just by standing by and listening. Eavesdropping, as it were. We're going to go ahead and talk to these two people, and I'm going to shut up for a second.
The captain's in charge here. He wouldn't take orders from a Spectre.
Not his choice, Doc. Spectres don't answer to anyone. They can do whatever they want, kill anyone who gets in their way.
Oh, you watch too many spy vids, Jenkins.
What do you think, Commander? We won't be staying on Eden Prime too long, will we? I'm itching for some real action.
I sincerely hope you're kidding, Corporal. Your real action usually ends with me patching up crew members in the infirmary.
You need to calm down, Corporal. A good soldier stays cool even under fire.
Sorry, Commander, but this waiting's killing me. I've never been on a mission like this before, not one with a Spectre on board.
Just treat this like every other assignment you've had and everything will work out.
Easy for you to say. You proved yourself in the Blitz. Everybody knows what you can do. This is my big chance. I need to show the brass what I can do.
You're young, Corporal. You have a long career ahead of you. Don't do something stupid to mess it up.
Don't worry, ma'am. I'm not gonna screw this up.
As you can see here, there are more than just Paragon and Renegade options, but we will cover those later.
Goodbye, Commander.
Commander Shepard, I was hoping you'd get here first. It will give us a chance to talk.
What about?
I'm interested in this world we're going to, Eden Prime. I've heard it's quite beautiful.
They say it's a paradise.
Yes, a paradise. Serene, tranquil, safe. Eden Prime has become something of a symbol for your people, hasn't it? Proof that humanity can not only establish colonies across the galaxy, but also protect them. But how safe is it really?
Do you know something?
Your people are still newcomers, Shepard. The galaxy can be a very dangerous place. Is the Alliance truly ready for this?
I think it's about time we told the Commander what's really going on.
This mission is far more than a simple shakedown run.
I figured there was something you weren't telling us.
We're making a covert pickup on Eden Prime. That's why we needed the stealth systems operational.
There must be a reason you didn't tell me about this, sir?
This comes down from the top, Commander. Information strictly on a need-to-know basis. A research team on Eden Prime unearthed some kind of beacon during an excavation. It was Prothean.
I thought the Protheans vanished 50,000 years ago.
Their legacy still remains. The mass relays, the Citadel, our ship drives. It's all based on Prothean technology.
This is big, Shepard. The last time humanity made a discovery like this, it jumped our technology forward 200 years. But Eden Prime doesn't have the facilities to handle something like this. We need to bring the beacon back to the Citadel for proper study.
Obviously, this goes beyond mere human interests, Commander. This discovery could affect every species in Council space.
It never hurts to have a few extra hands on board.
The beacon's not the only reason I'm here, Shepard.
Nihilus wants to see you in action, Commander. He's here to evaluate you.
Guess that explains why I bump into him every time I turn around.
The Alliance has been pushing for this for a long time. Humanity wants a larger role in shaping interstellar policy. We want more say with the Citadel Council. The Spectres represent the Council's power and authority. If they accept a human into their ranks, it shows how far the Alliance has come.
You held off an enemy assault during the Blitz single-handed. You showed not only courage, but also incredible skill. That's why I put your name forward as a candidate for the Spectres.
I assume this is good for the Alliance.
Earth needs this, Shepard. We're counting on you.
I need to see your skills for myself, Commander. Eden Prime will be the first of several missions together.
You'll be in charge of the ground team. Secure the beacon and get it onto the ship ASAP. Nihilus will accompany you to observe the mission.
Just give the word, Captain.
We should be getting close to Eden.
Captain, we got a problem.
What's wrong, Joker?
Transmission from Eden Prime, sir. You better see this.
Bring it up on screen.
Get down!
We are under attack, taking heavy casualties. I repeat, heavy casualties. We can't get evac. They came out of nowhere. We need.
Everything cuts out after that. No comm traffic at all. Just goes dead. There's nothing.
Reverse and hold at 38.5. Status report.
17 minutes out, Captain. No other Alliance ships in the area.
Take us in, Joker, fast and quiet. This mission just got a lot more complicated.
A small strike team can move quickly, without drawing attention. It's our best chance to secure the beacon.
Grab your gear and meet us in the cargo hold. Tell Alenko and Jenkins to suit up, Commander. You're going in.
And thus a constant theme is set up where Shepard stares awkwardly at a screen, wondering what am I looking at. Nihilus is a Turian. It's like an avian race. I believe they evolved on Dextro DNA. I have no idea. I failed intro to biology in high school, so basically you're either Dextro or Amino, I think. I'm sorry, biology majors, if I got that wrong. And so, even though we can breathe the same air, they can't eat the same things as we do. Here we are landing on Eden Prime. This is... there's not really a tutorial in this game. I'm going to go ahead and show off the menus that you would normally go through. This is the stats screen for Caden Alenko. As you can see, he's heavily into biotics and electronics, so he's a sentinel. This is Jenkins. He's a soldier like me, so we have a lot of overlapping powers and stuff. Down there at the bottom, you see Charm and Intimidate. In this game, you can either be a Paragon or a Renegade, and Paragon is doing all the quote-unquote good things, and Renegade is all the bad things. So, here's the inventory equipment. You can upgrade your guns, and I believe your armor too. Yeah, I think so. It's just been so long since I've upgraded anything, because I mostly did playthroughs with New Game Plus over and over again. So when the meters are yellow, that means the weapon's better than what you have. If they're red, that means they're worse.
This place got hit hard, Commander. Hostiles everywhere. Keep your guard up.
So this place is in rough shape. And this is something that was explained as ambient models, basically. And they wanted to make actual living beings as part of the set. So they serve no purpose other than to be, basically. Oh, Jenkins, you left us too soon.
Rip right through his shields. You're out of chance.
We'll see that he receives a proper service once the mission is complete. But I need you to stay focused.
Aye, aye, ma'am.
So we're already down a teammate, and that's kind of a theme in Mass Effect. The loss of friends, and how you move on, how you react. Do you use your pain to carry on? Do you dwell? Ouch. Very bad stuff, those guys. We'll see here in just a moment. She's ready to go, and so are we. So you always want to crouch to get better accuracy with your guns. And we're saved. We saved her. Oh my gosh.
I didn't think I was gonna make it. Gunnery Chief Ashley Williams of the 212. You the one in charge here, ma'am?
Are you wounded, Williams?
A few scrapes and burns. Nothing serious. The others weren't so lucky. Oh man. We were patrolling the perimeter when the attack hit. We tried to get off a distress call, but they cut off our communications. I've been fighting for my life ever since.
Any idea what kind of enemy we're facing?
I think they're Geth.
The Geth haven't been seen outside the Veil in nearly 200 years. Why are they here now?
They must have come for the beacon. The dig site is close, just over that rise. It might still be there.
We could use your help, Williams.
Aye, aye, ma'am. It's time for payback.
Move out!
Now, a thing that I really enjoy that they did in this game is they, for pretty much every dialogue scene, every cut scene, every cut is a different angle. Even in conversation, you'll notice the camera will pull back next time it's focused on Williams, or it'll be down and looking up at her. Just every time it's a different angle, so it always keeps things interesting without having to just go absolutely nuts cutting back and forth. Because when it's just a static angle every time, your mind kind of thinks, well, why didn't we just leave a camera on there and have a split screen or something? At least in my head, which is a scary place. But there's a dragon's tooth, I believe is what they're called. That little blue cone was basically the tutorial, and it was telling me how to take cover, and then there would have been another one telling me how to crouch under cover. But this is the landing site, and I kind of screwed up a little bit here, because I'm so used to playing through this really fast that I just kind of run past the cutscene almost.
The beacon was right here. It must have been moved.
By who? Our side or the Geth?
Hard to say.
So as we can see here, there's things in play. We're finding out that maybe the beacon was something bigger than we thought. Even though it's working technology that's survived for 50,000 years. So These are crates that you can find guns, ammo, mods. Pretty much anything you can equip will be in a crate of some kind, unless you buy it from a shop. So.
Looks like they hit the camp hard.
It's a good place for an ambush. Keep your guard up. Oh god, they're still alive.
What did the Geth do to them?
So, our fellow humans have been converted into husks. And they are basically cover buster enemies, which means they'll run behind cover silently and explode on you, basically. Yeah, there's another crate back there, but I'm not going to get it because I don't need it. You always want to check every door and every nook and cranny in these games. This is the locked door mechanic. There's a mini game you can play, or you can override it using Omnigel, which you can convert anything into Omnigel, basically. So.
Humans, thank the Maker.
Hurry, close the door before they come back.
Don't worry, we'll protect you.
Thank you. I think we'll be okay now. It looks like everyone's gone.
You're Dr. Warren, the one in charge of the excavation. Do you know what happened to the beacon?
It was moved to the spaceport this morning. Manuel and I stayed behind to help pack up the camp. When the attack came, the Marines held them off long enough for us to hide. They gave their lives to save us.
No one is saved. The age of humanity is ended. Soon, only ruin and corpses will remain.
What's wrong with your assistant?
Manuel has a brilliant mind, but he's always been a bit unstable. Genius and madness are two sides of the same coin.
Is it madness to see the future? To see the destruction rushing towards us? To understand there is no escape? No hope? No. I am not mad. I'm the only sane one left.
I gave him an extra dose of his meds after the attack.
Williams, take us to the spaceport.
You can't stop it. Nobody can stop it. Night is falling. The darkness of eternity.
Hush, Manuel. Go lie down. You'll feel better once the medication kicks in.
I went through that conversation to note that that's the first use of the Maker, which will be part of the Chantry's religion in Dragon Age. So.
Saren. Nihilus.
This isn't your mission, Saren. What are you doing here?
The Council thought you could use some help on this one.
I wasn't expecting to find the Geth here. The situation's bad.
Don't worry. I've got it under control.
Bang! That was Saren, played by the legendary Fred Tatasciore, or at least the masterful. He also plays the Hulk. He has played the Hulk 2 or 3 times now. He does a lot of monster voices as well. That was a big ship. One of my other reasons for doing this series is to point out all the wonderful actors that were a part of this series. So many great names involved who have been in just about everything. Jennifer Hale included. She's the modern voice of Cinderella, if you didn't know that. She's also done, I think she's the woman with the most video game voices. Steve Bloom is, of course, the man with the most video game roles, followed closely by Nolan North. But neither of them are in this game, so Jennifer Hale will be talked about.
Everybody stay calm out there. We're coming out. We're not armed.
Is it safe? Are they gone?
You're okay now. Nobody's gonna hurt you.
Those things were crawling all around the shed. They would have found us for sure. We owe you our lives.
I still can't believe it. When we saw that ship, I thought it was all over.
It showed up right before the attack. Oh, it was trouble the second I saw it.
Now, I chose to show this conversation because it has several things with dialogue options that I could get to early and explain early, so I wouldn't have to explain them later. Anytime it says investigate on the left, it will open up. It's basically just more plot to go through, and sometimes it'll unlock other options and help you talk people into revealing more information.
Jeez, Blake, you gotta learn when to shut up.
So here we go.
Something to tell me, Cole?
Some guys at the spaceport were running a small smuggling.
Basically, these guys were taken a little off the top, as they say, and because they didn't think they'd ever be attacked because they're a farming colony, which is really stupid. One of the first things you should do in war is attack your enemy's food supply. So now these colored options here are what I was talking about with Paragon and Renegade. Blue is Paragon, red is Renegade. And you have to have so many points in either or to get those options. So near the end of the game, there will be an option that can completely skip a boss fight, if I remember correctly, if you have the enough points either way. So it's definitely worth asking more questions to get more Paragon points or Renegade points. We're doing a Paragon run because I believe it to be BioWare's canon. So that's kind of what I'm going to be doing through Mass Effect. With Dragon Age, I will be doing a different canon, my canon. And for anybody that doesn't know the word canon, it's basically your version of the story. And there's our poor dead friend Nihilus. So that's two familiar characters we've already been confronted with their deaths. So
Turian, you know him?
He's a Spectre. He was with us on the Norm.
I don't think they ever explain the face paint on Turians in the games. But it's basically how in our ancient history we used to paint our faces. It's either a sign of status or to get into enemy minds in a psychological fashion. So with the Turians, it's basically a sign of individuality and status at the same time. Some won't have any at all, and some will have a bunch, like Nihilus just did, you know. It was all over his face. We're talking to this guy because I wanted to show that you can get equipment from NPCs. So this is the contact in the smuggling ring from the previous conversation. You can talk him into giving you a grenade mod, which since I'm so high level, it'll be high explosive 10. And mods only go 1 through 10. They don't go any higher than that. So I think everything only goes through 10, guns included. So
sometimes I need a nap to get through my shift. I sneak off behind the crates to grab 40.
This is also a good conversation because it has a little bit more character development for Caden and Ashley. Caden is more about duty, and Ashley is more about honor, I guess you could say.
I don't really want to think about it.
You're Cole's contact here on the docks for the smuggling.
One thing I didn't mention while we were in the menus earlier is on certain planets you can actually remove your helmet. I thought it was more realistic to have the helmets on, because some of the enemies in the game have a shield, but if you shoot them in the head, and it'll kill them almost instantly most of the time. And almost, there are probably 3 enemy types that actually wear helmets, so, and they're usually the tougher ones. So it doesn't matter either way, but in my head, it just made more sense. And I'm one of those guys.
Hand over those grenades.
They're yours.
So basically, Ashley was one of the Marines that he was stealing from.
A lot of Marines died here.
And
those grenades could have come in handy.
So we stopped her from killing him, basically. I don't think she kills him if you don't pick the Paragon option. But I've never taken the Renegade option there, so I have no idea. I think he just gets scared and runs off, probably.
We need to find that beacon before it's too late.
Take the cargo train. That's where the other Turian went.
So this is the first big battle coming up, technically. At least the first battle with more than 3 or 4 enemies. And there you see on the right, we got an updated journal, updated map, 2 Paragon points, and grenades, I believe it was. So these are Geth. They're a species. We'll see much more of them for the rest of this game, so I won't explain their history yet. Because it kind of ties in with one of our companions, so we'll see. This is me doing this as fast as possible. Because I want to show off a speedrun technique in this episode as well. Before they found like 8 million glitches a couple weeks ago. Basically, you throw a grenade and it'll, when it blows you up, it'll put you into combat mode, and that's when you can sprint. So you just sprint as fast as you can, and then you let your fatigue build up, and then you do it again, and so it saves, over the course of an entire run, it would save, you know, probably 2 minutes, maybe. So things are picking up now. We're fighting Geth troopers and Geth juggernauts. Or wait, was that a prime? They're the Geth tiers of things. They have all different kinds of shapes and names. And this is Saren and the Beacon. And here's where things get real. Yep, he was levitating. And we're about to find out why. This is another thing. There are several, I don't know if you'd qualify this as a minigame, but it's an objective while you're in the middle of a fight. And there are several of these throughout the game. I'm going to take this opportunity to explain that I'm only going to hit most of the main plot points, so I can almost guarantee I'm going to skip something you don't like or you wanted to see at some point, purely because I'm doing the main plot points, and that's about it. I will probably do what's considered the loyalty missions for most companions, but they don't usually matter either way. If you don't do them, it's not like they're going to leave at the end or anything. And what you saw with that little blue arrow and why my companions ran off is you can place where you want your companions to go to set up and fight each other. There's Caden using his biotics. So I think the fastest I've ever done this was I had 3 minutes and 58 seconds left on the clock. And if you know exactly where they are, I mean, obviously it's really easy, especially when you send them to go take care of all the enemies. So, I chalk that up to Shepard's leadership skills. So here, if you just run forward, you're going to run into those Geth, and then they have these husks placed all around that can sneak up on you if you're not paying attention. I'm not going to be using too many powers in this run because soldiers are pretty powerful just with their gun abilities, so I'm going to be quiet for this part. So I will see you in a couple minutes.
Normandy, the beacon is secure.
This is amazing. Actual working Prothean technology. Unbelievable.
It wasn't doing anything like that when they dug it up.
Something must have activated it.
Roger, Normandy. Standing by.
No, don't touch it. It's too dangerous.
We identified the ship that touched down on Eden Prime. The Normandy, a human alliance vessel. It was under the command of Captain Anderson. They managed to save the colony.
And the beacon.
One of the humans may have used it.
This human must be eliminated.
Doctor? Dr. Chakwas. I think she's waking up.
You had us worried there, Shepard. How are you feeling?
Minor throbbing. Nothing serious. How long was I out?
About 15 hours. Something happened down there with the beacon, I think.
It's my fault. I must have triggered some kind of security field when I approached it. You had to push me out of the way.
You had no way to know what would happen.
Actually, we don't even know if that's what set it off. Unfortunately, we'll never get the chance to find out.
The beacon exploded. A system overload, maybe. The blast knocked you cold. Williams and I had to carry you back here to the ship.
I appreciate it.
Physically, you're fine. But I detected some unusual brain activity. Abnormal beta waves. I also noticed an increase in your rapid eye movement. Signs typically associated with intense dreaming.
I saw... I'm not sure what I saw. Death, destruction... Nothing's really clear.
I better add this to my report. It may... Oh, Captain Anderson.
How's our XO holding up, Doctor?
Well, all the readings look normal. I'd say the commander's going to be fine.
Glad to hear it. Shepard, I need to speak with you. In private.
Aye, aye, Captain. I'll be in the mess if you need me.
Sounds like that beacon hit you pretty hard, Commander. Are you sure you're okay?
I don't like soldiers dying under my command.
Jenkins wasn't your fault. You did a good job, Shepard.
Did we leave Gunnery Chief Williams back on Eden Prime?
I figured we could use a soldier like her. She's been reassigned to the Normandy.
Williams is a good soldier. She deserves it.
Lieutenant Alenko agrees with you. That's why I added her to our crew.
You said you needed to see me in private, Captain?
I won't lie to you, Shepard. Things look bad. Nihilus is dead. The beacon was destroyed and Geth are invading. The Council's going to want answers.
I didn't do anything wrong, Captain. Hopefully the Council can see that.
I'll stand behind you and your report, Shepard. You're a damned hero in my books. That's not why I'm here. It's Saren, that other Turian. Saren's a Spectre, one of the best, a living legend. But if he's working with the Geth, it means he's gone rogue. A rogue Spectre's trouble. Saren's dangerous, and he hates humans.
He didn't come to Eden Prime because he hates humans.
You're right. Saren has allied himself with the Geth. I don't know how. I don't know why. But it had something to do with that beacon. You were there just before that beacon self-destructed. Did you see anything? Any clue that might tell us what Saren was after?
Just before I lost consciousness, I had some kind of vision.
A vision? A vision of what?
I saw synthetics. Geth, maybe. Slaughtering people. Butchering them.
We need to report this to the Council, Shepard.
What are we gonna tell them? I had a bad dream?
We don't know what information was stored in that beacon. Lost Prothean technology? Blueprints for some ancient weapon of mass destruction? Whatever it was. Saren took it. But I know Saren. I know his reputation is politics. He believes humans are a blight on the galaxy. This attack was an act of war. He has the secrets from the beacon. He has an army of Geth at his command, and he won't stop until he's wiped humanity from the face of the galaxy.
I'll find some way to take him down.
It's not that easy. He's a Spectre. He can go anywhere, do almost anything. That's why we need the Council on our side.
We prove Saren's gone rogue and the Council will revoke his Spectre status.
I'll contact the Ambassador and see if he can get us an audience with the Council. He'll want to see us as soon as we reach the Citadel. We should be getting close. Head up to the bridge and tell Joker to bring us into dock.
Commander, I'm glad to see you're
Okay, I'm going to talk through this conversation. Basically, anytime you're on the Normandy is going to be a downtime, and you can talk to pretty much any member of the crew. If you just talk to them constantly, like 4 or 5 times in a row, and after every mission, eventually they're going to run out of dialogue and keep repeating it. So it's good to just kind of do a sweep around the ship and talk to everyone once, and then go do a mission, and then come back and talk to everyone once. If you're just playing the main quest, that'll help space out some of the dialogue. If you're going for 100%, I suggest waiting until it feels like you've done something huge, and then go talk to everybody. And you'll know what I mean once we get to those huge missions.
The captain hopes the ambassador can get an audience.
Again, just going all Paragon, and Caden. For Femshep, there's Caden, and then there's another love interest, and it's not Dr. Chakwas. She kind of turns out to be a motherly figure for the series.
I should go.
Goodbye.
Kind of the yin to David Anderson's yang, who's kind of your fatherly figure. Ashley is the human love interest for male Shep, man Shep, whatever.
You're a good soldier, Williams.
This kind of sets up Ashley.
Thanks, Commander. That means a lot from you.
Ashley's feelings of
Things were pretty rough down there.
self-doubt,
Are you okay?
and always questioning her abilities, and wanting to always prove herself to everyone.
And you never get used to seeing dead civilians.
So,
but things would have been a lot worse.
you also learn here that your character, or this Shepard anyway, that I've picked with the war hero background, she won the Star of Terra, which is kind of like the Medal of Honor, Supreme Honor, or whatever we have here in the United States, which is basically Super Soldier Award. That was a tease of the biggest villain in the game, elevators. And anybody that's played Mass Effect 1 knows. They know. That's Navigator Presley. We're not going to talk to him much.
Glad you're okay, Commander.
He does have those dialogue cutscenes every once in a while, but for the most part, he's just kind of the authority figure while you're not on the ship. He's the executive officer, aka XO. And here we go. I'm going to shut up because this is one of my favorite cutscenes in the game.
Flagship of the Citadel fleet.
Well, size isn't everything.
Why so touchy, Joker?
I'm just saying you need firepower too.
Look at that monster. Its main gun could rip through the barriers in any ship in the Alliance fleet.
Good thing it's on our side then.
Citadel Control, this is SSV Normandy, requesting permission to land.
Stand by for clearance, Normandy. Clearance granted. You may begin your approach. Transferring you to an Alliance operator.
Roger, Alliance Tower. Normandy out.
Normandy, this is Alliance Tower. Please proceed to Dock 422.
This is an outrage! The Council would step in if the Geth attacked a Turian colony?
The Turians don't found colonies on the borders of the Terminus systems, Ambassador.
Humanity was well aware of the risks when you went into the Traverse.
What about Saren? You can't just ignore a rogue Spectre. I demand action!
You don't get to make demands of the Council, Ambassador.
Citadel Security is investigating your charges against Saren. We will discuss the CSEC findings at the hearing, not before.
Captain Anderson, I see you brought half your crew with you.
Just the ground team from Eden Prime, in case you had any questions.
I have the mission reports. I assume they're accurate?
They are. Sounds like you convinced the Council to give us an audience.
They were not happy about it. Saren's their top agent. They don't like him being accused of treason.
Saren's a threat to every human colony out there. He needs to be stopped. The Council has to listen to us.
Settle down, Commander. You've already done more than enough to jeopardize your candidacy for the Spectres. The mission on Eden Prime was a chance to prove you could get the job done. Instead, Nihilus ended up dead and the beacon was destroyed.
That's Saren's fault, not hers.
Then we better hope the CSEC investigation turns up evidence to support our accusations. Otherwise, the Council might use this as an excuse to keep you out of the Spectres. Come with me, Captain. I want to go over a few things before the hearing. Shepard, you and the others can meet us at the Citadel Tower, top level. I'll make sure you have clearance to get in.
And that's why I hate politicians.
So that intro to the Citadel is always something, for some reason I always get goosebumps. I think it's because of the musical score to that scene. And this is the Presidium, basically the highfalutin area of the Citadel. That's obviously a projected screen of clouds up there because we're in space. You shouldn't be able to see that kind of stuff. We'll get to all that stuff later, probably the next episode. When we do a lot of missions. A lot of missions. I'm just getting equipment back onto my companions. I forgot to change their armor. That's pretty much the best armor in the game for a soldier, as far as I know. So we're going to cut to the Presidium Tower. Now we're about to meet a very special character, one of the best characters in the entire series.
Give me more time. Stall them.
Stall the Council? Don't be ridiculous. Your investigation is over, Garrus.
Commander Shepard, Garrus Vicarian. I was the officer in charge of the C-Sec investigation into Saren.
Sounds like you really want to bring him down.
I don't trust him. Something about him rubs me the wrong way. But he's a Spectre. Everything he touches is classified. I can't find any hard evidence.
I think the Council's ready for us, Commander.
Good luck, Shepard. Maybe they'll listen to you.
So as we're nearing the end of the first episode, I want to mention that not all episodes are going to be this long. I'm going to try to aim for about 30 minutes per episode, but we'll see what happens. I just wanted to get all this introductory stuff out of the way, and I wanted to kick it off right with an hour-long episode. So this is a keeper. They are a huge part of the series. They are the silent workforce of the Citadel, and part of their origins will be revealed later in the game. So here's the hearing with the Council.
The Geth attack is a matter of some concern, but there is nothing to indicate Saren was involved in any way.
The investigation by Citadel Security turned up no evidence to support your charge of treason.
An eyewitness saw him kill Nihilus in cold blood.
We've read the Eden Prime reports, Ambassador. The testimony of one traumatized dock worker is hardly compelling proof.
I resent these accusations. Nihilus was a fellow Spectre and a friend.
That just let you catch him off guard.
Captain Anderson, you always seem to be involved when humanity makes false charges against me. And this must be your protege, Commander Shepard. The one who let the beacon get destroyed.
You're the one who destroyed the beacon, then you tried to cover it up.
Shift the blame to cover your own failures. Just like Captain Anderson. He's taught you well. But what can you expect from a human?
Saren despises humanity. That's why he attacked Eden Prime.
Your species needs to learn its place, Shepard. You're not ready to join the Council. You're not even ready to join the Spectres.
He has no right to say that. That's not his decision.
Shepard's admission into the Spectres is not the purpose of this meeting.
This meeting has no purpose. The humans are wasting your time, Counselor, and mine.
Saren's hiding behind his position as a Spectre. You need to open your eyes.
What we need is evidence. So far, we've seen nothing.
There is still one outstanding issue. Commander Shepard's vision. It may have been triggered by the beacon.
Are we allowing dreams into evidence now? How can I defend my innocence against this kind of testimony?
I agree. Our judgment must be based on facts and evidence, not wild imaginings and reckless speculation.
Do you have anything else to add, Commander Shepard?
You've made your decision. I won't waste my breath.
The Council has found no evidence of any connection between Saren and the Geth. Ambassador, your petition to have him disbarred from the Spectres is denied.
I'm glad to see justice was served.
This meeting is adjourned.
It was a mistake bringing you into that hearing, Captain. You and Sarah...
Now, the best part of that council scene was the three counselors are basically to show you what the attitude of each species. The Solarians are always questioning, always after intelligence. Asari are kind of the motherly, we have to follow the rules on our path to enlightenment kind of thing. And Turians are the militant, you're going to do things our way or else. And I thought they pulled that off incredibly perfectly, in such a way that all three of them are antagonists, but you also have to obey them. And they did a very good job of that. So we will be seeing more of them quite shortly, actually. Basically, we find out here that Anderson and Saren have run into each other previously, and it didn't go very well. Basically, Anderson does not like the way Saren does things. I'll explain it later. The next part will be covering recruitment, basically, and some of the best dialogue in the game. So, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. Thank you to everybody for watching. If you like it, make sure to like it. Leave a comment for any questions or anything you think I should cover. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't, if you want to. Tell a friend, think positively. POD7 signing out.